All right, welcome back, mathematicians. Today we're going to talk about standard forms. So that's going to be this form up here where we have an ax squared plus bx plus c. Say we wanted to identify all the parts, the a, b, and c. Okay, so let's write that out. Okay, no problem. But as you can see here, we don't have an A, B, and C yet. We have a lot of things, but there's not exactly what we want. We want it in this form. So let's try to convert it from what we called vector form into standard form. Okay, so I want to turn this from vector form to standard form. And it's going to be very useful for us in the sense that a lot of times we'll be given this, and this does a lot of things for us, but sometimes we want to do things like factor or find roots, and what this form might not be the easiest way to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand this out and simplify so that we can figure that out. So first things I want to do is, well, I look at it, I have an exponent, I have a plus 3 here. I want to do my exponents first, so there's two ways you could do this. I'm going to do it the long way first because x squared is, or sorry, x minus 2 squared is just going to be that expression times itself. So I'm going to write it out. Okay. And again, we still do multiplication before we do addition. So I'm going to, use the FOIL method or whatever I need to do. To expand that out. So that's going to give me an x squared minus 2x minus 2x plus 4, and then that 3 comes down. Okay, so and there's other ways we could do this. For me, I've done it so many times that I'm going to do one thing at a time here. That I can go directly from this point down to here, right? And there's going to be a trick that we could do to do that, but that's a problem for later, right? Maybe pro tips, yeah. That'll make your life a lot easier. So let's see here. We have an x squared, and we need to simplify this last expression here. So that's going to give me an x squared minus 4x plus 7, and that'll do it. So now I have to identify my A, B, and C parts, right? So for A, a lot of students will put A is equal to 0. That's not going to be correct. There's actually, if I had a 0 here, then it would be a 0 times x squared, which would give me a 0, right? But that's not what we have. We have an x squared there. So there's a 1 here. Usually we don't write 1s in front of our variables, but we do have it. So there's a 1 there. Oh, it looks like kind of 2. So there's a 1 there. B, I'm going to have a negative 4 because, again, in this area I have a plus B. This one's a minus. So there's a minus 4 there. And then again for C, we have 7. Okay, so that's going to be our 3 parts. Go ahead and keep an eye out for those pro tips. We'll do that just in case. And again, those pro tips are designed to make your life a little bit easier, a little bit faster, and just so that we're not being bogged down by the algebra. Okay, it's going to be those skills that will help us in the long run.